I'm all about being realistic about just the whole process of gardening, building up the infrastructure of the garden. Thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel. I want to thank every one of my subscribers for being on here. Gardening is a process and it's a journey, and it begins with a dream. It begins with taking the first step. It begins with just putting a seed in the ground. And so this is season 8 for me in terms of my gardening journey. And I just have to be realistic. Due to how much it costs to build up the infrastructure, I still don't have my fencing. So I'm just going to do just an overall quick view on how the garden is doing. You're going to see how messy it is. You're going to see any projects that I have. Endless long list of things to do, things that I want to get done, things that are not done yet. And so I just want to paint just a realistic picture about what it means to actually be a gardener, to do it year round. And again, I do have some updates to give you on certain things, but this is my official garden tour of 2025. All right, we'll start with the front of the house. I bought these planters earlier in the season. I still need to paint them so they can actually match the color of our house. Haven't gotten around to doing that yet, but I do plan on putting my David Austin roses in them and putting them on this side of the house. So I hate these bushes. They're the wrong type of bushes to even put in the front of the home. They should have been boxwood or some type of other variety of bushes. They really would do better elsewhere. But this is what the previous homeowner put here. We've already cut them back severely and they've already come back. So moving on from those ugly bushes. I did get some planters earlier in the year, and I've gotten quite a bit of nice flowers that the bees would love and that seem to be doing well over here. My dahlia that I planted last year did not come back as of yet, but we are still warming up. This is my beautiful David Austin rose. It is just one of those cabbage head type roses that are pink. Again, don't know the exact variety, but I'm proud of my David Austin roses. And they smell like an actual real rose, and they're stunning. So I just can't wait for it to open up. I bought them last year, so this is year 2 with them. And of course, I put some dianthus, some violas there. I have a few plants. This area just needs to get cleaned up, but I do have some random hodgepodge types of plants just at the steps leading up to the porch. Again, this is another David Austin rose. This is my second season with it. I do have it caged up because it does vine. It doesn't get very big. Can't remember the variety. We'll probably have to seek it out. More plants here, some petunias and violas. And again, this is a knockout rose. Previous homeowner put it here. I just cut it back real nice. And I do come in here and I deadhead as much of it as I can to stimulate it to grow. I put these lavender plants in here. I've cut them back real nice in hopes that they'll bush out. But the deers hate them, and so I plant them here specifically for them. This is bee balm that I planted last year that is coming back. Another rose. This is another David Austin rose I need to dig out of here, and I'll probably stick in one of the planters. And then, of course, I did some berries up this ladder. They are a blueberry type plant that will grow in containers along with a strawberry plant that I stuck in here. This is my green stock. I still need to finish planting it up, but it does have lots of strawberries and a few herbs in here. These are the 7 tiers, and I believe these are 6-inch pockets, and so they're not very deep. So there's just a few things that I can plant in them. I can't plant everything, but I do try to keep some things in it. My daylilies, I have literally taken this over this area. I will come in here and thin a lot of this stuff out because it has literally swallowed up quite a bit of the flowers that I planted here along the side, like the dianthus and violas. Again, more plants that are sitting in the bird bath that I need to get planted up. These are some of my brassicas that need to be covered. Lots more flowers kind of along here. These horrible bushes the previous homeowner stuck here that I would love to pay someone to just dig them out and just put them elsewhere. But here, again, we've cut them back. They've come back. This is my wonderful green stalk. We've been eating a lot of the lettuce. We are warming up quite quickly. Although it rained Some of the pockets are still dry. I may have to come in here and water them. But lots of lettuce. I put a variety of stuff in here and it's all like doing well. One of my favorite edible flowers is, I did a whole video last year on them. Just some beautiful flowers that I planted in here. Another David Austin rose, violas, petunias, daisies, foxglove, columbine, and I can't remember the variety of this plant. That's a slug. But again, the snapdragons are doing real nice. I did end up covering these plants. These are my collard greens that need to get pulled up. And then this is a broccoli plant along with some mustard greens down here and some kale. I love the netting because it will keep the white moth butterfly off of them so they don't get completely destroyed before we get a chance to really enjoy them throughout the season. And again, more plants that need homes sitting in the bird bath. The garlic, this is just an area that has been needing quite a bit of attention and needing to get cleaned up. But again, this is the real deal. This is living color. There's only so much time I can dedicate to the space, to gardening. I do work a full-time job. I'm a mom and a whole list of other things that I'm doing. The raspberries. One thing that I have found that has really helped my raspberries, because they did struggle with nitrogen, is applying just a little bit of coffee to them. So when I go to work and they have some old coffee that they're about to throw out, I say, give it to me. I take the old coffee and I just put a little bit of coffee on them, and they have come back with green leaves. It helps with the nitrogen, and they do like a more acidic soil. These plants that are needing to get planted up, these are my walnut trees. They have come out of dormancy and they are really needing to be put in a permanent home. Again, endless projects to do, endless things that need to be done. My peas, I'm so proud of my peas. I think I did a video planting them up and now have beautiful flowers. And so they're getting ready to set some pods. So I'm excited about that. And again, I have the wonderful apple trees that are coming out of dormancy, the various varieties. Again, I'll probably have to do a video on the different varieties of trees that I have. And then this is a container that really stuff in here that has overwintered: scallions, parsley, garlic, and onions. This is purslane that has reseeded itself in here. It's one of the best greens that you can consume on a day-to-day basis. It does have some amazing micronutrients in them. And then of course my fig trees that have done really well. This is a lemon tree that was gifted to me, so I'm excited to see how it will do. And again, more of my trees that have come out of dormancy, and the fig trees that have done really well. I'm definitely going to keep the fig trees in their permanent home. A permanent home will be in the ground eventually, but I think I'm going to continue to grow them in this container this season. But a lot of these are pear trees that I really need to find homes for. Again, it's just a matter of making the time to really get a lot of these projects done. And I'm just being realistic. I have a long list of things to do in the garden, my messy, ever-growing, developing space. These are a hodgepodge of various herbs, from oregano to lemon balm, catmint, sage, thyme, and some flowers. All right, I will end the tour with my beautiful Japanese maple. Again, it was gifted to me by the previous homeowners. It's not totally thrilled with the exact spot that they put it in, but it is stunning and beautiful to look at.